Hey Mohammed, I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible and go through as much, so pay close attention. So first stage right here, add new products. I'm going to be sending you three images, and they're going to be what's it called? Look, like little icons for these, and we're gonna place them print on demand like this, original art, or I'm actually gonna be changing the name and digital product here, so we can have a little coming soon sign and stuff like that. And there's gonna be a little one-line description. I'll make a quick sample mock-up when I get the chance, so you can see exactly how they should be laid out, look a little bit cleaner and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go to making a product. So first things first. Again with the media library, maybe there's even a way just to take it out of the standard WordPress one, so that there can just be a little Dropbox right here, drag and drop to upload an image. Because the thing is this: the media library, no one will ever or will rarely access their media library to upload a new piece of art. Now, in the case that, let's say, they uploaded a post and they want to go back and upload their art, sure. But right now, it just takes, it's such a slow loading system that it's like maybe we could just completely do without it. So if there, ideally, we could have like a little Dropbox right here that is dropped in, and then maybe even showed smaller thumbnails when there are like multiple images uploaded. We just upload it in, and then it just creates a thumbnail right there, a simple Dropbox. So as of right now, though, you can't really upload anything. Still has the same issue. There it is, the HTTP error. And this actually just constantly spins. Now, I that might be because this user, but I am signed in as Daniel here, as you can see, so the admin account. um, right now it doesn't load anything here inside the media library either. Anyway, so we'll move on now. Product name test 5. So okay, now about these. I made a small excerpt of them, but pretty much, essentially, the product categories, we're gonna need to change that up a little bit. There's basically like a few like levels of categories. I wish I had them right now in front of me, but if you just listen closely for one sec, a few levels of categories. The top level being either before like this. The top level being print on demand, original art, and digital products, and then they each branch off into about, there's about three there are some child subcategories, and then some grandchild subcategories. So I have a whole list of those and how they all work out and everything. But pretty much we're just gonna need to alter the layout of this and how these are selected a little bit. It won't be a big deal, and to just hide hoodies, joggers, stuff like that. I'll send you a detailed little thing on that written down, so you can track that. This looks great, I guess. Uh, this is just, if it wasn't full width, it would make a little bit more sense, and it could be moved out here. That would be perfect. So if we could just make this a little bit shorter. I did notice, like for instance with this, it would be nice if you notice here, this kind of just stops. Then this is like treated as a full page. That's great. I thought maybe it'd be a little bit cleaner if they were like if they had like boxes, like background boxes with borders. I think it just makes it a little bit more distinct and stuff like that. It's actually kind of hard to tell that you're supposed to type here and stuff like that. Just a little bit too minimalistic, and makes it a little bit confusing. So if it had boxed layouts, it would be a little bit more easily navigable, I guess you could say. Okay, so with these here, I think when they're selected, just like this, when something is selected, the auto should automatically enable it. So I shouldn't have to click on this and then enable. When I click on this, that is the enabling. What I've noticed as well is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some images here, just so I'm going to make 3 of them. And look how I'm going to go about doing it. I'm actually going to go about this way. I'm going to go back, and now I'm going to make these. So I had some issues with that. Okay, so let's add in an image. So obviously, as you can see, the things still aren't working, and also the layers are losing their functionality. If you can see, I'm moving stuff in the back here. that shouldn't be able to move. I'm going to double check to make sure that layer is locked. Um, but it should move obviously, and there's obviously the masks aren't reacting properly. One thing I did want to change is this manage layers. If we can change this title, I don't know how to change this taxonomy. You can't change it in FTB, but change manage layers to color/layers so that people know that the color is here. Ideally, if we can move the color out and like move it right here or something like that and have it actually, you know, and have it available outside of this box. So if we just look at it like here, a lot of people are going to be looking at it like this, or even like this. What would be nice is maybe we can add a carousel for this so that it doesn't stack beyond a couple of lines here. Like it doesn't do that. And also if you notice this stacking, they just aren't even. They're synced into this box. So maybe if we like limited the size of this to 800, and then it would fall in line with this 800 pixel width. This is 800 by 800, and then so that would clean it up a little bit, just like that. And then we'd have maybe a carousel where you could just click through and see the other products. One thing okay, so if you notice here, for instance, how did that happen actually? Oh, because we set the default with a point something percentage. Anyways, okay, so let's get back to here. I'm gonna add in this image here. Okay, so this image added, let's say, and I choose this. Now what I noticed here is if I were to click this and then go back here and say, you know what, I don't want to make a back or anything like that, now that back is going to be added because it's going to add this image because because I've already selected it and pretty much activated it. So maybe if we had like activate, enable, disable kind of thing, the same thing, like, or something that just showed that like this was in use and this was not in use. Like this is like has a green fade on it. This has a red fade on it. Once you click it, it goes green as well. The same color that these would go. So as they blur out like this, can come right into enabled basically. So when on selection, let's make these enable themselves. Just gonna test 2 again, like I said. What I'm doing is going back here just to, because what I've noticed is that if I do go back, let's say I decide, you know what, hey, you know what, I don't like my prices here. This is gonna happen a lot. Someone's gonna say I don't like these prices. They're gonna go back. They're gonna adjust this. Then they're gonna come back here. So right now I have 3 enabled. I'm gonna make this image. If you notice, that main image has also disappeared, so like these products are resetting inside. Okay, next. Also, I noticed when you upload a main image in the art segment, it appears right here. Is that possible to make the ones that I upload here to appear right here as well? That means when I upload an image here, it appears right here, which kind of tells me, oh, okay, that's the image that I have, and it makes it easily visible. If that's possible, that would be great. So let's just look at the front here. I'm going to add the back. I'm going to do one last one here, crew neck. The crew neck, what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do the front. This is the test. I want to make sure that only the front image will upload if I only choose to do the one, and not add the back image as well. So image, back here, okay. There we go. I'm good. And then I'm going to go over here. I'm I'm just going to enable it, then I'm going to disable it just for a test. T-shirt, zip hoodie, crew neck is what I've made here. T-shirt, zip hoodie, and crew neck. The upsells and the cross sells, I'm going to add a little excerpt there that basically explains what they are. Like this one will say, like obviously, sell products like on the main product page and stuff like that. And this one's just going to say like, offer and sell products in the cart page and stuff. So let's just save this product here. So this error appears as well. I'm going to highlight this for you just so you can read it. I'm just going to give you a second here to just look at all this, accept application. And that's essentially what happens now. Let's say, so here's one problem. First of all, let's just change this save product to like create product. That'd be great. But when you do save product, we should be redirected to the products where it should appear. So as you can see right here, the product isn't appearing and I wasn't redirected. My worry is that if I'm not redirected, I can just be constantly pressing save, and creating duplicates and duplicates. So we need to prevent those duplicates from being created, and I think that can be prevented by simply on click of the save product or create product, it redirects to the product page. So as you can see here now, I can't really look at the different products and talk about the variations with you and stuff like that because I don't have access to those. I'm not sure why, because again, these products are under my username, Daniel. This is Daniel here. This is Daniel here, and yet I'm not seeing them in here. So I don't know. It was working before, just not working now. Again, same thing with this here. A lot of errors have just been coming up. Pretty much, it's like you can't really navigate it. I know that you haven't done yet. Also, for this here, for basic information, country, we don't need a selection. It should say country, but have hard select. It should be force selected on United States. Same thing with this. We don't need postal code. It could just be zip code. It's basically just supposed to reinforce that you can only be in an American city and stuff like that. Also, if we could just remove these falses as defaults and just and put in some what's it called, type here, whatever, just some placeholders. But again, state is the only one. Province and region are not included, so just have state here. Country should be auto-selected on United States. Postal code should be removed. It's just going to be zip code. We'll add in those things. We're going to have to build new forms anyways for users from different countries. So let's just have this specific to the U.S. Okay, I'm going to stop there for now, because obviously it's kind of hard to leave the example when I can't create the product still. So once I can, and once those issues are fixed, then I can move on and show you what issues there are with the editing product and stuff like that. And overall it's looking great. There are some style issues that I kind of wanted to work out, but obviously they're not nearly as important, and we can work on those later. Okay,